Before repairing, we can test Samsung phones by using secret codes. This can help us narrow down the fault possibility, software problem or hardware problem. Turn on the phone and enter the dial pad. Different secret codes can perform different tests. Test Megacam, sensor, touch, etc. Test light sensor, Bluetooth, proximity sensor, etc. For loopback test. Check software and firmware version of the phone. Most system or software problems can be solved by rooting the phone, and therefore phone rooting is a must-have skill for repair technicians. Follow our video and see how we root Samsung Galaxy S8. Power off the phone. Hold power plus volume down plus Bixby until it launches into a warning screen. Press the volume up button to continue and we will be in download mode. Open Odin on the computer. Connect the phone to the computer via USB cable. The ID, COM boxes turn blue, and we can also see a message added in the log. Click on buttons and select the file that starts with the button name one by one. Click Start and wait for the process to complete. If you failed to root the phone, just follow the error message and correct your mistakes in the previous process. Once we have confirmed that it is a hardware problem, we need to take apart the phone for further analyzing. The teardown process of Samsung phones varies from series to series. For Samsung S series, we need to separate the screen from the mid-frame at the very beginning. While for Samsung S series and Note series, we need to separate the back cover from the mid-frame at first. Now we will take Samsung S8 as an example, and walk you through teardown tricks for Samsung S series. Tips: the preheating pad is a must for the teardown process. First we need to heat the back glass with the preheating pad. Then apply a suction cup to the back glass. Lift on the suction cup carefully. There should be a tiny gap between the back glass and the mid-frame. Insert a blade into the gap. Then insert the plastic pry piece into the gap. Slide back and forth along edges of the screen to slice through the adhesive holding the back glass in place. If the slicing becomes difficult, you can also apply some alcohol to the gap for smooth operation. Tips: the plastic pry piece shouldn't go too deep. You might damage the fingerprint sensor cable or the charging coil. To protect the fingerprint sensor cable, we need to open the phone carefully by swinging the back glass up from the side near the fingerprint sensor socket. Continue to disconnect the fingerprint sensor cable with the pry bar, and remove the back glass. We can see that the waterproof adhesive of Samsung S series and Note series are mainly applied on edges of the back cover and much more on top edges and bottom edges. So we need to heat evenly and control the heating temperature and time applied during the teardown. Then remove the antenna, NFC coil assembly and the speaker, antenna array. We can see that the motherboard is connected to the daughterboard by FPC, which is commonly seen in Android phones. Let's see what's special about Samsung motherboards. 1. Compared with iPhone logic boards, Samsung motherboards feature relatively few components scattered across the board with high integration. 2. Most ICs on Samsung motherboards come with underfill. 3. Samsung motherboards are relatively thin and feature fast heat dissipation, adding to the difficulty of chip soldering and repairing. Battery replacement of Samsung is also a step we should pay special attention to. Not like Apple, who equips iPhones with special designed battery adhesive strips for easy battery replacement. Samsung phones come with a different battery adhesive strip design. To remove the battery, we need to heat at the very beginning. During the heating, apply some alcohol to the gap, to soften the adhesive. Then get a pry piece inserted into the gap. And pry up the battery carefully from the bottom.